What's up YouTube? My name is Hyper and welcome back to another video on my channel. Now Season 3 of Fortnite has just released. It has been so hype. I did a video reacting to the new season, so if you want to check that out, link to that video will be in the description below or the card in the top right of your screen now. So if you do want to check that out, then that would be greatly appreciated. But if you're not interested, no worries. But I hope you are interested in today's video because today we are going to be looking at little tips and tricks, just little things that you may not know about yet, little tips and tricks that'll help you win your games and help you get this pretty epic umbrella right here. So if you're interested in learning these cool tips and tricks, make sure you watch all the way to the end of the video so you don't miss anything. If you do end up liking this video, don't forget to go down and actually leave a like on the video. And if you're new around here, please consider subscribing. It's completely free and you can always unsubscribe later. Now with all that being said, let's hop into this tips and tricks video. Let's go. Alright, so the first thing I want to talk about before we get into the main tips and tricks is I just want to talk about this new pump shotgun. Now, when I first picked this up, I thought it was a fucking joke, and I still do. Like, it just doesn't have a high damage output. It's 83 damage, 73 damage as you can see there. And that's normal pump range distance. Now, don't get me wrong, it does have good close range damage. If we get up nice and close, 120. But it's just, no one ever really gets that close. It's normally that distance. And at that distance, it's only doing 80 damage. And the tac equivalent is doing 60 to 70 damage. And to be honest, I just don't think it's worth using this pump. Now, I know that you can charge it up and it will do significantly more damage at distance. 120 body shot, which means that'll be about 160 headshot, which is good, but the charge up is just so hard to deal with. Like, if I come here and we open this wall, edit a window, look how long it takes for this to charge up. Whereas the tac, you can just start shooting straight away, and the damage is just not good enough on this new pump to replace the tac or to replace what the old pump was. And so I highly recommend this season you just leave this pump, you just take it, you just fucking drop it in the water, because it's literally such a dog shit weapon. Until they either make some significant changes to it or we just get better with it, I think it's just not worth using, and the tac is just better in every way. It may have slightly less damage, but just the damage output overall is higher. It's got a good DPS, and yeah, that's why I think you should just use the tac for this season. Now, on the topic of weapons and changes to weapons, headshots have been significantly reduced. So the Scar now hits for a 54 headshot. This is the golden Scar, hits 54 headshot. It used to hit 72. That is a massive, massive, massive reduction in damage, and it's the same for all weapons. So the AUG as well, I believe, used to hit 66 headshot and now only hits 55. Significant damage difference. And also you may have noticed just there that the AUG now only shoots 2 shots, and a full clip is now only 20. So you can see here, it only shoots 2 shots instead of 3. And when we reload, the maximum bullet amount is 20, as you can see there. Now, this means that normal ARs are far, far superior to bursts. Bursts used to be OP, and it makes sense why they nerfed the burst, but it is now very, very, very weak. And I highly suggest not picking up the burst and using just regular ARs instead. This damage reduction also applies to SMGs. So as you can see here, 29 headshot only. This used to do, I think, 30 something if you were close up. So all weapon headshots have been reduced significantly. I think the multiplier is like 0.5 instead of 2, or 1.5 instead of 2. So just keep that in mind, that headshots are not as valuable as they used to be. So when you used to see a player down here doing their thing, instead of trying to just hit headshots on them, you can just ignore the headshots really, because it just isn't a big enough difference. Instead of lining up those headshots, just go for body sprays rather than lining up those headshots, because headshots are just not as valuable as they used to be. So here's the first real tip I have for you, and that is these little gushy geyser whirlpooly things here. Now, you may be scared to go inside these, you may think it kills you or something, but what these actually are little whirlpools that help you get around the map. So you jump inside them, you jump up, and then you can deploy your glider once you reach the tippy top. Now there are tons of these around. There's a huge one right there that sends you way, way, way up as high as you can possibly go. But you can use these to get around the map very quickly. You can fly to different ones as well. So as you can see, I flew all the way from that one. You just land back in this one. It'll spin you around, shoot you back up again. And this can take me all the way to the new authority, which is where the agency obviously used to be. And so we just went from this little island here all the way to the authority with barely any effort whatsoever, just using these cool new little whirlpools. Alright, so we just took out him. Oh my god, we're getting attacked by a shark. The shark is now on land. Now, this is actually great timing, because what I was going to say is that you can actually kill sharks if they don't kill you to grab loot. Now, this shark was a bit of a rip-off shark, but often these sharks can drop you things like purple guns, purple scars. I'll show an example of this now, where I got some really good loot from one of these sharks. So as you can see there, these sharks have a lot of loot to offer, so I highly recommend killing them, as long as you don't get killed, but they don't do too much damage, so you should be good. So on the topic of sharks, you can actually use sharks to surf around the map. Now once you have this shark is a vehicle, so you have full control of it. You can boost with the shark, you can do all this crazy, crazy stuff. And now you literally have this shark as a pet that you can take all around the map. Pretty cool, pretty unique, and you could get some pretty cool clips with this as well. But be careful, because the shark will turn around and fucking kill you if you're not careful. So just make sure you keep your distance when looking to fish for one. Aim for the top fin or the mouth, and you will be able to hook onto it. It will come and like bite it and all of that. This one's gonna just come and kill me. So that's a rip. But yeah, that's how you fish for a shark, and that's how you get around the map really quick. Alright, so for this next tip, I want to show you a new mechanic that is in the game, and that mechanic is fire. There is now fire inside of Fortnite. So, say somebody is boxed up in this box right here. What you can do is grab these propane tanks, throw it, and break it while it's nearby. It'll set off these little fireballs, and anything wooden, it'll start to burn. So as you can see, I'm starting to burn. It burns other propane tanks. When it gets to these gas stations will also blow up. And so fire now spreads, and so you can completely remove anybody's turtles.
Bro, I'm trying to record a video.
Anyway, all good, but you get the point. You can use those little propane tanks to set off a huge explosion and set anything wooden on fire, and the fire will spread and destroy everything in its path. Now this could be really useful for competitive players. You know, in trios, one person holds one of those propane tanks, brings it round, throws it at somebody, or throws it at another team's turtles, and they just burn the whole thing to the ground. It could be really unique, and I'd love to see some epic gamer clips using this propane tank to destroy turtles. Alright, so that's all the tips and tricks I have for you today. It's not a super long video, it's not a super packed video, but the season is new, and there's not that many tricks that have even been discovered yet, but I'm sure you guys will know some crazy tricks that I don't even know. So if you do, let me know in the comments below. If any of these tricks help you, also let me know in the comment section below. I will also be doing a video series on how to loot all the new agent locations, so how to get all the new mythical weapons. I did it for last season, and I'll update it for this season, so stay tuned for that. And yeah, if you stayed all the way to the end, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace out.
Fortnite, so you don't wanna wait on me. I'm about to catch my flight, so you don't gotta wait on me. No.